As the battle over the publishing of Matric results continues, we get a view from the school governing bodies. There are split views on whether the Basic Education Department should go ahead with publishing these results when they are released in about 2 weeks' time. A move opposed by some, including the Information Regulator. Let's now speak to Matakanya, who is the National Association of School Governing Bodies General Secretary, who's joining us live now. Good evening to you and Happy New Year. Thank you so much for your time. Before we even get into our conversation about the publishing of Matric results, I would like to hear your thoughts on these underage pregnancies that we are seeing as far as the New Year's and Christmas babies are concerned.
Bongiwe, compliments and all the South Africans, including your team, Bongiwe. The question of teenage pregnancy, I believe it is time that we as South Africans stand up and talk to our children. And the only solution is for us as parents, as communities, talk to these parents. But at the same time, as communities, as parents, we must model these children, because at times we forget that all these things that you are doing at home, we do them in front of our children and not talking to them to say, no, this is now appropriate age to do this. This is not an appropriate age to do this, and all this. We forget to do that. And children usually copy all this behavior, and then including children pregnancy. And we don't talk to them. But at the same time, we want to call upon the school governing bodies to say, school governing bodies, it is time. We have been really discussing these things. In this year, 2025, let's organize ourselves, call parents in all our respective schools. But when we call these meetings, parents' meetings, let's involve professionals so that professionals will also advise parents what is it that we must communicate to these children. Yeah. I think that will assist us. And also, school governing bodies must also make policies that are appropriate, because at times when these things happen, then parents tend to get angry, communities, schools, and they chase these children away. And the Constitution does not allow them to do that. They don't allow that. Then it is now time that really and truly then whatever policy we are making, it now talks to the Constitution, the right of children, Section 29. And it talks to these children, it talks to the rights of these children in their school. So I believe in that way, because it's really disappointing when the future is just filtering through when we don't stand up, and because these children are the future. These are the future president, the future MEC, the future doctors, the future. Then just imagine, then this future is just going away in our eyes as we are looking at it. Then it goes away. But so who is going to do this?
At a country level, though, are we handling it correctly? And I ask this because the latest stats, for example, are showing that 1 in 4 girls fall pregnant, before the age of 20. This is a crisis. And I ask myself, are we really handling it as correctly as a country as we should?
No, I don't think, I don't think we are handling it. The unfortunate part is that now, the Constitution, it's not in line with our cultures, but there's nothing that we can do, because the Constitution says everybody has got the right, and these children have got the right to education, Section 29, as I indicated. But now, then parents tend to forget their responsibility and to say, no. These children have been given rights, they do as they do. I mean, like for instance, at times you find that now the right goes to an extent where it talks about the bodies of the children. I mean, 12-year child that 12-year child, that child could not even get consent to the parents. That child can do whatever she wants to do with her body and all those, and that's the right. And then parents tend to be very much frustrated and say, now look, I don't have the right. But now, I think we are saying it is time that we have to start debating as a nation and say, who is the child and who is the parents, and at what level do I guide my child and do all those things? I think these are very, very important things, as you have asked Bongiwe to say now. I think there is no synergy between what is really happening and the country.
All right, let's go back now to the matter at hand, which is the publishing of matric results. Where do you as an organization stand?
Our position is that this result should be published. They must be published. There is really nothing wrong in publishing the results, because these results are not carrying names. They are just carrying numbers, I mean exam numbers. And the exam numbers are known by the individual parents. So there is no way that by publishing the result, then you'll be tampering with the rights of the children. Unless if then the names, they were publishing the names, then we know that, of course, they will be tampering with it. Because the problem is that there's going to be really, really overcrowding at schools. Children go and check their results at schools and all those things. And some of these children are going to be exposed, you know. Just look, maybe these children go to school, then 10 of them are failed, and just there, they see their classmates and all those happy there and what and all those things. And that will also encourage suicide, you know. And we are saying through this, then really it will minimize that question of suicide, in the sense that you will only know, and you and your parents, and parents will be able to guide you and talk to you and say, no, failing is not the end. Failing is the start of achieving a lot of things and all this. They will talk to these children. But now, when you go to the school, then there's no parent there. There's no any adult person that can talk to you immediately and all those. So this really is going to create problems. But however, all in all, the position is that we want this result to be publicized. The
Information Regulator certainly not happy about that. What do you make of what they've done so far, especially even, talks of possible, legal avenues that they may need to seek here, but also, just how they are seemingly opposed to this. They're not the only ones. There are others who are saying that this is a private matter that is between the pupils and their parents or even the school, but certainly do not even put the exam numbers out there.
You see, Bongo, it comes back to the earlier question that you asked, that as a country, where are the gaps, you know? And the same applies to that, to say, well, there is POPI Act, and the regulator just look into the POPI Act and then forgetting about the conditions on the ground. And they are right to apply that, to say, this is what the POPI Act is saying. And they are right. But the conditions on the ground really are not in line with the POPI Act. That's exactly what we were saying, you see. Because, look, as I'm indicating to you, these children, as the regulator is saying, they will one thing which is traditional, that they will go to schools and get their results. But I've already indicated that, and this is, I think, this publication of results is one of the development change that was brought about the conditions on the ground. But the POPI Act does not look into those historic incidences. They just don't know. But the POPI Act is saying this. So I think that's the problem that we're having. And the Act, I mean, the law is just straight. It does not look into the condition at all. But this is what I think the people who are, I mean, the regulators must also consider that by doing that, then we are going to lose a lot of children. I mean, and then, but that's what the law says. And the law says, no, whether you lose the children, but this is the law and all those things. So, I mean, we are just in catch-22 situation, Bongiwe. But I think somebody will realize that now we have to consider losing our children, losing our future. It is enough to lose our children.
Yeah, it's a catch-22, as you say, and let's see then what happens as the minister is also trying to, find a way that is not antagonistic and see if it can work for both parties. But appreciate your time this evening. That's Matakanya, the National Association of School Governing Bodies General Secretary.